Hey, hey, it's me. Welcome to another Tower of God stream. I am not sure how much we can do today. To read chapters 70 to 81, but the problem is that that's a good chunk of chapters, and the Tower of God chapters keep on getting longer. So I am not sure how long it would take to go from 70 to 81. Welcome, Violin. I hope you had a nice day, and it's only going to get nicer to experience Tower of God together with me. So I'm wondering what good stopping points I could find before 81, or if I might still make it to 81 depending on the chapter length today. We should probably just get started and see how long these chapters are, because yeah, Cat Tower, man, what's the Korean thing? Gakchang Gakcha Doseng. Yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into Gakcha Doseng. Okay, chapter 70. Chapter 487 of Tower of God. Okay, stretch, everybody stretch, and also hydrate. We all need to be very well hydrated, or Tower of God won't be as good as something else. Princess, the game is ready and the participants are on the field. Please send me the participants chosen to take part in the game. Gakcha Doseng, a cat tower. I'm not sure where he got this idea, but Army Corps Commander Yasracha sure knows how to make things interesting. I like it. Masheni is still like this big question mark for me. I know that she likes chaos and likes to see people fight and all of these things, but like, is that really all there is to her? Like, is she dead of an... Is she actually an interesting character? Because if she is just there for war, that doesn't make her an interesting character. I hope there's like more to her than just wanting to see people fight. Have fun, little brother. Okay, which Kun is going to be there? Activate the timer on the teleport device. Set the limit to 10 minutes after 20 turns. If the timer runs out, Jin Sung Ha will be sealed in the suspendium. Gaksha Doseng, Part 1. Look at the freaking Monopoly board. Everybody just on their spaces, waiting to start the game. Is this my map? If you like, I can tell you about your map. Would you like me to? Yes, sure. This map is called Two Choices. What's unique about this map... Why am I dropping so many frames? Let me check the internet speed. Why am I dropping so many frames? I already dropped more frames than in the entire 3-hour stream last week. The internet speed seems to be fine. What's my upload speed? Download doesn't really matter that much for streaming. Let's see. We just need to... Oh, my upload speed is sucky right now. Why is my upload speed so bad? Doesn't make any sense. Ugh. No idea why my upload speed sucks so far right now. Let me just close everything unnecessary, but technically things being opened on my computer shouldn't interfere with my upload speed, so I have no idea what's going on there. Let's just hope that stream is fine. If you guys are experiencing any problems from my stream, please feel free to tell me about it, because I don't want you to experience bad stuff here. Two choices. What's unique about this map is that it's divided into two main routes. The route shown in red is the jumping route, and the blue route is the safe route. The safe route allows you to reach your destination while traveling more or less in a straight line, while the jumping route has a jumping stand that allows you to skip ahead to your destination. The jumping stand is right next to your destination, so it allows you to get there more quickly. But you'll have to fight a map boss in a special prison on the same field as the jumping stand. Prisons refer to cube-shaped prisons with enemies in them. When participants pass through a field with a prison in it, they can choose whether or not to fight the enemies. In special prisons, however, you must fight the enemies, and the battle on the special field continues indefinitely, regardless of the number of turns. Plus, the enemies in special prisons are very strong. This map has a limit of 20 turns, so if you don't reach your destination in 20 turns, you fail the game, and you'll lose the chance to rescue your master. The game is starting soon, do you understand? Yes! Attention all participants on the field. The first turn is now beginning. The first turn has begun. You may now begin moving participants. For your information, the cat next to you will help you get around the field. Nice to meet you. Just tell the cat what direction you want to go in and how many squares. However, if there is a prison on the routes that you could choose, you will stop at the prison. And you have to eliminate all of the enemies in the prison within 10 minutes in order to begin moving right away on your next turn. What happens if I don't beat all of the enemies in 10 minutes? Then you'll have to stay there on the next turn too, which means you'll lose a turn. If you don't open the prison door, you don't have to fight the enemies, but that also means that you'll lose a turn. If you want to reach your destination within the limited number of turns, it's better to fight and defeat the enemies. Now, tell the cat where you want to go and how many squares. Where shall I take you? I want to go 3 squares straight ahead. There's a prison in your way. Choose not to open the prison and fight the enemy. If you choose not to open the prison and fight the enemies, you will have to stay here for another turn. Would you like to open the prison? Yes, very well. Yes, very well. The prison door is now opening. So who is inside of there? Is it one of the canine people? Or who might it be? Who might be inside of the prison? Now fight the enemies that come out of the prison. If you beat them in less than 10 minutes, you can continue moving forward right away on your next turn. Otherwise, you'll have to stay here for your next turn too. Roar. Only lurking today, Ren. Okay, finey. All good. We will hear each other again in the next stream or sometime else. But lurking is just as welcome as chatting. Everybody's welcome here. Who the fuck are those like, what even is the English word? Mop. They literally look like mops. Like washing mops. Why? What is this hairstyle? And why does this one have like this cat popping open mouth? Those are the enemies? There are more of them than I expected. But I have to beat them in 10 minutes. Just so you know, elimination means completely killing the enemies. They are not counted as being eliminated if they're still breathing. Now, go ahead and begin fighting. Charge! So, Bam is okay with killing people here? Because he doesn't know them? They're stronger than the other enemies. Freedom! We want freedom! Is that their leader? Freedom? What's this? It's just a bunch of prisons in a straight line. That's right, this roadmap is a special gift from Lord Raja to you, Lord Yama. It's a simple map. All you have to do is defeat the enemies in the boxes right in front of you and keep moving forward. There's no need to worry about finding the right way. It's a perfect map for the leader of the Knucklehead Canines. I already know what this is about. Yama will have... In every prison Yama encounters, there will be a canine person. And because he doesn't want to kill the canine person, he will have to take an extra turn just standing there. But be careful not to wear yourself out before you reach Lord Yashacha. There's no chance of that, dumbasses. And don't talk down to me just because I can't see you. I'll kill you too. Hey, Yasaracha, why didn't you fight me man to man instead of making me jump through these ridiculous hoops, you coward? You don't seriously expect me to get tired before I reach you, do you? The first turn has begun. Don't speak too soon. Let's see what you've got. Participants may now begin moving. The game has begun. Would you like to move? Of course I'd like to move, as far ahead as possible. There's a prison here. Well, yes, of course I want to open it. Very well, the prison door is opening. I'll let you in on a little secret, Yama. The enemies in these cages are species I've captured, brainwashed and dominated, just like you canines and hostages. So they're not canine people yet, they're dolphin people? Are those guys dolphins? Is like the red part an eye, or is it their mouth? I promise to set them free if they can hold you back for one turn. What? You son of a... Just so you know, this map has a limit of 20 turns. If they delay you by even a single turn, you won't be able to reach me. If the game ends before you get to me, all of the hostages in the cat tower will die automatically. It's a question of whether you lose and allow them to go free, or whether you beat them and save your precious canines. Isn't this a fun game? I hid a little present for you along the way too, so give it your best shot. Why should Yama... Like, for Bum, I'm like, Bum cares about other people, so Bum might not kill these random people he encounters in the prisons. But I feel like Yama cares about the canines, not random other races, right? He would just... Would he hesitate to kill them? Come here and fight me for our freedom. Freedom? What's he talking about? Allow me to explain. This is one of the species that was defeated and imprisoned by Lord Yasuracha. If they manage to defeat you or delay you by one turn in this game, Lord Yasuracha promised to grant their species freedom. They're fighting you for the sake of their own freedom. Oh, what? If you feel sorry for them, you can let them win or just waste a turn. It's your choice whether you want to sacrifice your own goal for their freedom, or whether you want to defeat them and move ahead for the sake of your own goal. That's so cruel. Yeah, like everything in this tower bomb, it's nothing new. You're literally part of a terrorist group. Like, not like FUG is not cruel either. The cat tower before the start of the game. Everyone's here. You're all on the top floor of the cat tower. In a moment, you will enter the cat tower through here and play a game. The game that you will be taking part in is called Cat and Mouse. Cat and Mouse? Yes, there are several mice running around the cat tower as we speak. Anyone who catches one of those mice may leave the cat tower and teleport to a map on a route of their choice. Since the captains may only move up to 4 turns each for the sake of maintaining the balance of the game, if you move to a map after catching a mouse, you will be taken to a spot 4 squares away from the captain. If the enemy catches a mouse, you will be taken to a random square right next to the captain. But after the 10th turn, you will be sent directly to where the captain is, regardless of whether an ally or an enemy kills a mouse. By means of a simple game, the Lightbearer may communicate with the field and change various game elements in the cat tower's control room. It's connected to the field, so you can go look for it. And as for the Spearbearer, they can reach the field's observation platform through the control room. From there, they can throw their spears and try to hit a participant on the field. If a participant is hit with a spear, they will be kicked off the field. Since there are a lot of you, for the sake of fairness, the new 4th Army Corps and Machini's minions will be joining in the cat tower game. New 4th Army Corps and Machini's minions? Yes, that's exactly what he said, Shibisu. Please listen. I wonder what kind of monsters we'll be up against. This just keeps getting better and better. Now, use your pockets to select the position that you want. Choose carefully. All participants have chosen their positions. You will now be taken to the cat tower. Enjoy the game. Inside the cat tower. Hansung Yu. This is the cat tower, huh? Seeing that I'm all by myself, the cat tower itself must consist of several different rooms. I can see a way out of this room. Huh? What's that? It sure looks suspicious. There are 3 more holes on the other side too. They're the same shape, but much smaller. What are they here for? I'd better try to find Lady Lavankel and see where she's headed to. I wish they'd hurry up and start the game already. Find the mice, find the mice. Squeak, squeak! Participants, in order to begin the cat and mouse game, I will open the floodgates in each room. Floodgates? There will be a sudden burst of water, but this is a natural part of the game, so please don't be alarmed. What? Water keeps pouring out of the floodgate. I don't think the game will start if I just keep waiting around here holding back the water. It said the water is a natural part of the game, so maybe I'm supposed to let the water carry me through one of these holes in the walls. I don't like the idea of letting the water carry me away, but I don't have a choice. White doing the same thing, Karaka doing the same thing, Doan doing the same thing, so is Slav, and so is everybody else. Thank you for participating in the Cat Tower game. Must each find and kill the mice in the place where the water carries you. However, please keep in mind, the game finally starting now, that there are not only allies in the Cat Tower. I'm so glad you're my first opponent, Blondie. A feline! It's going to be fun. This game isn't off to a good start. In another part of the Cat Tower. White. Can't believe I had to get my feet wet. What a rude place. I'd better not stay here for too long. Laugh just riding the waves. Laugh is enjoying his life here, man. Just brings out the surfboard and then everything is okay. The Shinsu surfboard. Is that a mouse? I guess I'm supposed to kill that mouse in order to reach the field. Great. Looks like I'll be able to get out of here sooner than I thought. I can't believe you're the first enemy I encounter in the Cat Tower. It's truly an honor, Lord White. Hey, I don't know who you are, but keep it down. You'll scare away the mouse. Division Commander of the New Fourth Army Corps. Yopobia... Yorayo. I'm so grateful. So, because we might never learn the race name of this thing. Is it... If we... This is probably the wrong mindset. But if we don't learn the name of a new race, I just assume that they are weird humans. Like, I just assume this guy is just a human who for some reason has 8 arms. And a horn. Like, I don't know, maybe humans in Tower of God can look all kinds of different. Like, Pericule is also a human, right? I think. Like, Endorsi and Wangnan also have horns, but they're just humans, right? To get to talk to you like this right before your death. Who is this nuisance? I think we'll have lots to talk about, don't you? I knew it seemed too easy. Is that right? Well, I don't really have anything to say to you. The only talking I'm going to do is with my sword. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Division Commander Yorayu. I work for Lord Liberic, the commander of the New Fourth Army Corps. Good for you, I don't care. Let me propose something before we fight. What? Would you like to team up with us temporarily? Team up? With you? What do you mean? You already have all the power you want. There's no point in staying here in this war any longer. If you help us with this game, I'll help you get out of here safely. So you're saying, if I let you have this mouse, you let me leave this war safely? That's right, the Army Corps commanders always keep his promises, so you don't have to worry. I think I'll pass. I'll still have some unfinished business here. Unfinished business? Yeah, I'm waiting for my last feast, and I don't intend to leave this war until then. Last feast? And I don't team up with anyone. I either make them surrender, or I devour them. Some have thought of me as a leader and followed me. But I'm actually a predator by nature, so no one has ever stayed by my side until the end. Too bad, I thought I might be able to reason with you. I told you, I'm not interested in talking. Then, you leave me no choice. We'll just have to settle this. Right now. It's after me, not the mouse. Did you think you could catch the mouse before I caught you? Or did you think my sword couldn't cut you? Whatever it was, that was very foolish of you. I simply thought I could block your blade whenever I wanted. Does that make me a fool? I'm not sure. I might change my mind if you can block this next move too. I'm impressed you managed to grab my sword with your bare hands. You're definitely no ordinary goblin. Yes, that's right. I'm somewhat different from humans. Is he actually goblin or is it like an insult by White? Because he's Sound different from humans? What do you mean? Although the tower laws are absolute for humans, I'm sure you're aware that they are slightly more lenient towards other species. For example, if a human doesn't pass the test, insult, okay. He can't enter the inner level, but objects certainly can. My commander in the workshop took that as a hint to mean that if they could mix human and non-human beings to create beings that are both human and somewhat different from humans, maybe they could create humans who defy the laws of the tower like objects, machines, or animals. So I did some research, and as a result, I was born. We were born. We're not perfect, but we fall slightly outside the limits of the tower's laws. I, in particular, was created using all kinds of capturing items in the tower, which means the usual law that Arya's swords cannot be beaten doesn't affect me at all. I'm like your natural enemy. You're basically just an experiment that those with an inferiority complex made to comfort themselves. Almost every single one of the guys like you I've run into before has been a failed experiment. Would you like to try and find out? Let's see whether or not a failure like me can defeat you and that sword of yours. Well, this won't be boring at least. End of the first chapter of the day. Woo! Not sure. I'm already warning you guys. I'm kind of sick at the moment. Like stuffy nose and all of these other things. So I'm considering doing a rather short stream. Obviously, with everything coming up in the future, I basically have to tell you, we only have 1, 2, 3. We have only this stream and then 2 more Tower of God streams left before the big journey, before the great journey. Because I'm just excited like that, so I have to keep bringing it up. But in basically less than 3 weeks, I'm already in Japan. In 3 weeks, I'm already in Japan. So in Japan, I won't read Tower of God and stream it for you guys. So I think that's quite understandable. So yeah, my Tower of God streams will be a bit on a break for some time, but around Christmas we will be back with some Tower of God streams, I think. Japan, woohoo! Try and find out, huh? Don't feel bad when I kill you. Clap, 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 clap. How many arms does he have? Holy shit! There's even more arms than Ashura. Holy shit, is that disgusting! That sword doesn't work against me. I told you I can easily grab your sword. Are you afraid of me? You've always relied on that sword. Does it scare you that you're no longer protected by it? I'm not at all afraid of you. Why would I be scared of that silly sword of Arya when I can easily block it? You sure talk a lot. I haven't even finished my second combo yet. Don't speak too soon. There's still more? But I can block them all, right? Wow, very impressive. You really are good at blocking attacks. But I wonder, what will you do when there are too many swords to block? This is getting confusing. B, he only swung the sword once. How many sword strikes can he generate with a single combo? But even still, I can stop them all. After hundreds of white flashes passed through my mind, I came to my senses. Why couldn't I block that sword? I knew it right away when he cut off my first hand. The sword has simply brought me under the control of the laws that I had escaped from. I wasn't quick enough. Don't be too hard on yourself for not blocking my attack, you big-mouthed goblin. To dodge his sword, it's unstoppable. I didn't show it when you blocked my first attack, but it actually really hurts my pride. Is he trying to make me feel better? You weren't completely terrible. Or is he deceiving me? Finally, and funnily enough, either way, it doesn't seem like such a bad way for it to end. I was so busy playing with the sandbag that I let the mouse get away. I'd better find that mouse and get out of here before someone else steals my prey. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Come on now, come here, mousey. Squeak, squeak. Come to Daddy White, come to Daddy White. Squeak, squeak. The soul waiting to be devoured in that field. Squeak, squeak. Karaka is also already finished with his enemy. So much for the 4th Army Corps that has been... Can I say that they were hyped up? Like, they got this sort of epic entrance, and we were supposed to be like, yo, they're the people replacing Calvin and everybody else. They gotta be crazy, right? And here, 2 of them are already down. I was wondering what was so special about the new 4th Army Corps. They're not so tough after all. Then again, there are 2 of us, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I never thought I'd team up with a Slayer. I could have never imagined doing such a thing with the old Slayers. How things have changed. I never asked for your help. You just stuck your nose in my business. And if you're trying to say that the older Slayers are greater, then you've insulted me. Gosh golly, don't be so insensitive. Don't be so sensitive. I just meant that you've gotten more human than before. You're such a grump. You and that regular both. Let's go. We have to find the mouse. It's better to stick together for now. Follow me, kid. I told you not to be so arrogant. You again. Why have you been following me since back at that wall? So annoying. I appreciate the attention, but I don't want a stalker. Don't be ridiculous. This time it was just a coincidence. Although I'm glad I get to fight you now. Why are you glad about that? At first, I just wanted to pick on you, because you're short and blonde. But the more I got to know you, the more you smell like a hypocrite. What are you talking about? I was briefed about you after our fight back at the wall. You've been busy going around helping races trying to gain their independence from Lord Zahard, I hear. You may have gotten lucky and cleared your past record and became a director when Ivanka reached the test floor, but you can't hide your true nature. The true nature of superficial hypocrites who think that helping those weaker than them is justice. I hate people like you. You can't run forever. I don't have time to stand around chatting with you. The purpose of this game is to catch the mice and get out into the fields, or have you forgotten? That's true, but there's one more thing you need to worry about in here. There are a lot of guys that Lord Yasrasha captured in the Cat Tower. You know who I mean, don't you? The ones you tried so hard to help on the outside. Those minorities who were persecuted by Lord Zahard. Lord Yasrasha tends to collect the mixed ones. He's very interested in ruling over them. If you genuinely want to help the weak, why don't you try to save all the people in here too? I guess you're a bit too busy to help them now, huh? You're just doing a bit of volunteer work to make yourself feel better. You don't really care about the weak. I bet you never imagined that what you did would end up making their situation even worse. Ah, God! You talk way too much. Let me shut your mouth for you. Wait a minute. Has he been holding back the water this whole time? I was using Shinsu to stop the water like a dam so you wouldn't notice. You think I was just running away the whole time? Wrong. Ah! Where am I? This must be the room that the acid has been dripping down into. Acid? Hey. Can I just say that the mouse standing on the tower here looks awfully menacing. That mouse for some reason looks so freaking menacing. It's like you see these green beams coming down, and in the next panel you see these green beams surrounding the mouse, and it's like, aha, I already awaited you. These beams are just a part of my power. Now, try to catch me. Squeak, squeak. A mouse! Sweet, it's mine. Too late. Okay, they're getting charged by these green beams. Are you holding on to me? Did you say I was annoying? Don't worry, even if I catch a mouse, I won't go out to the battlefield right away. I'll fight you first. I may be busy, but I certainly have time to rip you to pieces. Let it rip. If I were you, I'd be more worried about drowning first. Huh? Got you now, mousey. My favorite Tower of God character, the random mouse. He knocked the mouse into the acid. It's dead. The hell? What are you doing? You killed the mouse. I killed it so you couldn't catch it. What? When you want something, isn't it better to destroy it so that someone else can't take it first? I hate it when other people take what I want. Man, you really are twisted. Wasn't that the obvious thing to do? You could attack my teammates if you get out onto the field first. Or are you cats incapable of thinking that far ahead? Arrogant son of a... You're really getting on my nerves. I've had enough of you. Alright, forget about catching mice for now. I'm catching you first. Can't wait to tear you to shreds. He's transforming. So is it like the canine people transformation? Do the feline people also have the same sort of transformation? So in what way are they different? Like, did they have cat ears? Is there like no big difference between those two? We see more big water Shinsu blasts. Oh, this is electric Shinsu. He changed. He became Yoruichi. Violin. Did Tsu really not read Bleach? Is he just lying about it? Is he just lying? Come on, man. Is he just lying at this point? So many things that straight up are similar to Bleach. It's crazy. You know the Thundercat form from Yoruichi? Like, this is a Thundercat. I know the last doesn't look all that similar, but like the premise, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like canine transformation. Except we call ours beastification. Canines can only partially transform, right? Well, we can change our whole body. The only downside is it takes a while to change back. Let me show you. He's so fast. He's too quick to track with my eyes. I can't dodge him. I'll just have to put up a Shinsu screen. What the hell? Just passed right through the Shinsu screen. Can't avoid him. Or block him. How is he doing that? He looks surprised. Then again, most of the people I fought have died with that look on their face. What? I saw you! According to what I was told, you were supposedly a very rare genius even among the 10 great families. I guess this was just a bunch of rumors as well. Cat with lightning effect doesn't equal Bleach Yoruichi. Yes. But it just feels like there might be some inspiration. Like, yes, there are countless cat people all around the stories in the internet and over the world and stuff. But specifically, having a cat use a transformation and then in the transformation show thunder powers, like, that's... I don't know, that's like pretty... I don't know any other cat that uses thunder powers. Here, Hansung Yu is probably going to get serious now that his hair is in... If his hair stops being styled, he's going to get serious. 489. He literally said he didn't even know what Bleach is. He's... I'm sorry if I say that. I kind of doubt it at some point. Like, there's so many things in Tower of God that are so much like stuff in Bleach that I wonder if he's lying at some point. Haracha doesn't use lightning, it's just effect of his transformation. Okay. Like, with the thing of him saying not reading Bleach, I don't want to say that he's lying. But the thing is, one time is a coincidence. But it happened not one time. There was a second time and it was like, okay, it's getting a bit sus. There was a third time and like, okay. Now this is like the fourth or fifth time where I think like that's a Bleach similarity. And I'm like, okay, see you. According to what I was told, you were supposedly a very... Okay, that's the repeat stuff. Before joining Yasuracha's army, Haracha didn't belong to the Lopobia family or the Felines. He belonged to a minority known as the Rashangs. Hey, I'm back and I'm a ranker now. You're back! Congratulations! The Rashang have their own particular mark in their face. Perhaps because of that mark, most people viewed them as, with fear and suspicion. Conversely, some collectors also hunted them because they liked the mark. They had to get stronger to defend themselves and hid somewhere more isolated. Then one day, the felines invaded their remote village. The felines began slaughtering the Rashangs with their overwhelming military power, superiority. Caught off guard by a surprise attack, the Rashangs were either killed or taken prisoner. Haracha, the leader of the Rashangs and one of their few rankers, tried his best to fight off the felines, but he wasn't strong enough to fight them off by himself. But Yasuracha had been keeping an eye on him, and right at the critical moment, Yasuracha stopped the battle, approached him, and made him an offer. He said that he would stop the battle, stop killing the Rashangs, and let them run away if Haracha became a feline. At first, Haracha refused, saying it was a ridiculous offer, but Yasuracha told him to look behind him. Behind Haracha were the remaining Rashangs. They trembled with fear as they looked at Haracha. Haracha couldn't forsake them. Ultimately, Haracha accepted the feline's power from Yasuracha and became one of them. Then he joined Yasuracha's army and vowed to fight for him. In the army, Haracha used his outstanding talents and feline power to great effect. He achieved victory wherever he went. He sometimes felt guilty about killing other races in a similar situation to his own, but he had a reason to fight. With each fight, Haracha's status increased, and he amassed wealth and honor that most people couldn't even dream of. Haracha used all of that wealth to rebuild the village of the Rashangs who ran away from Yasuracha. Haracha's huge investment helped to rebuild their village and enabled them to prosper. Advanced rankers in the army were unbelievably wealthy. As a result, whenever the Rashangs needed something, they started asking Haracha for it. At first the requests were few and far between, but as Haracha granted their request, everyone began asking him for more and more. They didn't train themselves or work as hard as they used to. They were no longer a persecuted but proud race that basically wore nothing at all. Nothing at all! The Rashangs' village became filled with pleasure-seeking lazy people. Whenever they needed something, they made no effort to acquire it themselves. They always turned to Haracha and asked him for it. As time went on, Haracha began to feel burdened by the Rashangs. He had to fight more battles in order to satisfy their countless demands, and as a result he became used to being with the felines and his troop in battles. Without even realizing it, Haracha gradually became more and more feline. When he finally noticed it, his body and mind had already passed the point of no return. Haracha tried to avoid turning into a feline, but he had to keep fighting battles, and over time there was no way of stopping the transformation. Eventually he began eating, behaving, and sleeping like a feline. The less frequently he saw the Rashangs, the more he distanced himself from them. And a long while later, an incident occurred. When Haracha began reducing contact with the Rashangs, some Rashangs felt that Haracha had betrayed them and worried that he had sided with the felines. Ultimately, the corrupt Rashangs leaders gathered and held a meeting, and one of the leaders made a rash proposal. He suggested that they tell Yasracha that Haracha betrayed the felines and had been helping the Rashangs, and asked him to get rid of Haracha in exchange for accepting the Rashang leader as felines. Yeah, classic Tower of God's twisted personality. Surprisingly, this absurd proposal was supported by the majority of the leaders, and the Rashangs ended up sending a representative to Yathracha. The representative revealed that Haracha had been deceiving the felines and helping the Rashangs the entire time, and asked him to accept them as felines. Yathracha had no reason to accept such a proposal, of course. That long tongue of yours reeks of lies. In response to the Rashang's offer, Yasracha cut out his tongue right then and there. Having heard about the incident, Haracha quickly rushed over to Yaracha, but it was already all over. Yasracha told the flustered Haracha that he already knew about everything from the start, but turned a blind eye to it on purpose. He said that if Haracha didn't completely sever his ties with the Rashangs, Haracha himself might be in danger. Given a choice between saving himself. Theo usually says in his afterwards from where he got some ideas. Run vs. Anak, Trunks vs. Goten. Hell dream to some old sci-fi movie, more Dragon Ball inspirations, but no Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. It's so crazy, because how can there be so many coincidences? The Tower of God has so many similarities to Bleach, and also multiple similarities to One Piece, and you could argue some similarities to Naruto as well. Like, it feels like if Siu openly said like, yeah, I'm using like I have inspirations from Dragon Ball, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, and some other stuff, I would totally be just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, Bam has like some sort of inner demons similar to Bleach and Naruto's Ichigo and Naruto. Then we have like the great families that are similar to the great families that we have in One Piece. We have I should be live. Am I back again? Why does my internet have problems today? My download speed is fine. Like, it's not as much as we are promised with what we're paying for, but it's fine-ish to have like 400 mbits per second. And upload is the problem. I'm only getting like 4 to 5 mbit per second uploads, while normally we are like promised 50 at least. But yeah, I just find it weird, like how there are so many things in Tower of Gods that feel like they are like inspired by Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. And I'm like how many coincidences can there be? I didn't even see the inspiration from Trunks vs. Goten for Run vs. Anak. I did not even see the inspiration, to be honest, for that one. The inner demon thing is also not only a thing from Naruto and Bleach, so he can take that inspiration from wherever he wanted to get it, but somewhere it's from. I mean, you can also come up with it yourself, but the idea has been used so many times. Honestly, it's not It's not like some people would think that you got it from somewhere else. Then the idea with the great families, it's not that uncommon to have like some sort of great family around. Like if you go into Arthurian legends, you know, with King Arthur and everything, there are like legendary people with there. You have the round table that could be compared to the great families as well. How many were there in the round table? Round table of how it's the round table. In some versions of the legend, there are as few as 12 knights, while in others there are as many as 150. So, yeah, like there's so many things with like a certain amount of important characters. So, Theo could have taken the inspiration from anywhere. I'm just wondering how there can be a coincidence so many times that he has like 5 plus more things that almost scream like that's from Bleach, when he apparently has not read Bleach. The Knight Haracha and a few trustworthy subordinates took some of the hostages from their previous battles, dressed them in Rashang clothes, drew the distinctive Rashang marks on their faces, and slaughtered them all. That night, the land in front of the Rashang village was covered with blood, and Haracha sent Yathracha a picture of the bloody scene, buying himself some time. At the same time, he evacuated all of the Rashangs in his hometown to another place. He and some of his most loyal subordinates snuck away from the feline army. By the way, inspiration from mythology and Bible. Yes, that one I can also obviously understand. With the tower might being from like the Tower of Babel stuff, and then having other elements with like the gods and devils, with Bum being something like Lucifer or something. You have the deadly sins that could be seen in something like the Slayers or so. The Bible for sure is an inspiration for a lot of stuff. And I also have to tell you, instead of reading to 84, and instead of reading to 81, because I apparently have some internet problems at the moment, I will probably just read to 74, and I might do. I will not promise anything of like something like a second stream this week, but I will probably only read to 74 today and then see how it develops. Then they rejoined the Rashangs, loaded them in the floating carrier they had prepared in case something like this happened, and quickly left the area. In the floating carrier, Haracha hoped that he could forget everything that happened with the felines and make a fresh start. He thought if they could settle somewhere new, he and the Rashangs would go back to their old selves. But he was wrong. This is where the problems began. A few of Haracha's loyal feline subordinates were on board on the carrier. Over time, the relationship between them and the Rashangs began to deteriorate. The Rashangs didn't want to be led by them since they were felines, and they demanded that the felines give up all their special privileges. There was nothing they could do about it. They needed the feline warriors both in battle and for maintaining the floating carrier. Besides, these dedicated subordinates had risked their own lives to go with Haracha. But the Rashangs, who were the majority of the carrier, strongly opposed them, and in the end Haracha had to tell his feline subordinates to give up some of their wealth and power. Even after that, the Rashangs continued to take away their feline status and wealth bit by bit, just like they did to Haracha. The felines became more and more unhappy, and the whole system began to shake at its foundation. Haracha couldn't shake the feeling that something bad was going to happen. Everything he had been trying to avoid was now happening here all at once. The floating carrier was meant to be a way of getting away from everything and making a fresh start, but it soon began to feel so heavy that it might sink at any moment. His uneasy premonition became reality much sooner than he thought. The felines, who had continuously given away everything they had, finally couldn't take it anymore and rebelled, and some of the Rashangs were killed. The Rashangs used this as an excuse to demand that the felines be completely kicked off the ship. The felines apologized, but the Rashangs refused to forgive them. In fact, maybe the death of their fellow Rashangs wasn't actually that important to them. Haracha knew the real reason why the Rashangs were so angry. It was because the felines had more than them. At some points, the Rashangs could no longer stand it. If anyone had even a little bit more than them, they developed a habit of demanding equality. But they made no effort to make things more equal, because Haracha had simply granted all of their impossible demands until then. The felines eventually became tired of this and left the carrier, and Haracha couldn't stop them. Without them, there was no one to operate and manage such a massive carrier, but he couldn't ask them to stay there any longer when they had given up everything to follow him. But the Rashangs, unaware of the implications of their departure, held a feast to celebrate. They thought that they would finally have the status and wealth that the felines had enjoyed. Of course, not a single one of them knew how to operate the enormous floating carrier or how to fight their enemies. A cold sweat ran down Haracha's back. Ultimately, the floating carrier will sink. Even after landing the carrier, the Rashangs will fail to acknowledge reality and will go extinct after they have finally taken everything from Haracha. Of course, the old Haracha might not have minded going down with his own people like that. He would have avoided using his feline power even if it killed him. Defending his race would have been his most rational goal. He would have joined them in their madness without hesitation. But not now. Over time, he began seeing his people, the Rashangs, more objectively. He found himself standing somewhere between the Rashangs and the felines, like he was caught between the two poles of a magnet. Maybe he was the one who had changed, not the Rashangs. And maybe it was his own fault that the Rashangs had ended up like that. Yes, Racha was right. If he doesn't choose one of them, the felines... If he doesn't choose one of them, either the felines or the Rashangs, this hell will never end. In the end, he would have to abandon one of them. And in that moment, Haracha made up his mind. He extended his long claws, the symbol of the felines, and in order to cut all ties between himself and the Rashangs, turned his back on them. Evening, the Rashangs' floating carrier turned red like a sunset proclaiming the day's end. Haracha then abandoned the floating carrier and returned to Yasracha's army. He would now be a feline forever. The only thing from the Rashangs that he had left was the scar on his face. Watch out! Behind you! What? What's that? Acid is gathering in one spot. Is it the mouse? If that's the mouse, holy shit. If the mouse is like gathering the acid, that would be so freaking incredible. But the mouse is just the mouse. The mouse doesn't have any special powers. I don't know why I'm like a fan of this mouse now, but I would love it. Isn't good. That bastard. How the heck did he concentrate the acid in one spot like that? With that much acid, he could actually hurt me. What's wrong? I thought you were a division commander in Zahar's army. Are you afraid of a little attack like that? Huh, or can you not defend yourself against acid because you're too small and light? What? What did you just say? I thought maybe I couldn't block your attacks because you're so fast. But I was wrong. You can instantly reduce your body size and weight to almost zero. That's how you dodged my attacks. And you looked so much faster because you got smaller, isn't that right? I knew there are some people who can compress themselves, but I never met someone who can make themselves as small as you. I'm surprised. What the hell are you talking about? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Big flashes. I knew it. Something didn't make sense if I something didn't make sense. If I was hit with a direct attack from a high ranker, it should have killed me instantly, and I'm still standing. I didn't notice it before because you were so quick and there was so much light everywhere. But when you compress yourself, your attack power and defenses also get weaker, don't they? One of the tower rules is that all abnormal abilities come with risks. Maybe you can control Shinsu then? I seem to have figured it out, but there's nothing you can do. You can't attack me or defend against my attacks anyway. Even if you attack me with acid like just now, I can just avoid it. It may take some time, but you're going to die. Wrong. You are doomed from the moment that I figured it out. Because now, I'm going to gather all the acid in this place over here. Over there? What are you up to? That Shinsu has the unique ability to pull anything towards it. Anything? It's called a black hole. And just like a black hole, it sucks in everything around it. Its only downsides are that there are a lot of restrictions in terms of its power, how big I can make it, and I can't stop it once it's been activated. Come to think of it, it's kind of like a beastification. But even with a little area like that, it's more than big enough to gather all the acid in its place and cover you with it. Brace yourself, you're going to get sucked into it soon too. You're much lighter than the acid right now. Damn it. But this power is more creative than just some lightning cat. Yeah, he can grow and shrink in size. He's Ant-Man. I have to say, this is not related necessarily to Haracha. I'm just not that big of a fan of size manipulation. For some reason, whenever I see size manipulation in stories, it just falls flat to me. Like, wow, you can make your hand bigger. That's also why I wasn't a big fan of Kia Third in One Piece. Like, cool, you can make stuff bigger. Like, just, I don't know. Damn it, I have to get out of beast mode. But the acid just keeps coming. It looks like he's planning on gathering all the acid in this place. But according to the rules of the game, the acid in the cat tower is a high enough concentration to hurt even a high ranker. If he keeps surrounding me with acid like this, I won't last long. How the hell can you control Shinsu like that? I'm a man of many secrets. Stop messing around. You gather all the acid in this place here. You'll get yourself killed too, you idiot. This is suicide. Suicide? What do you mean? I have a way out. What? What's that? It's my man! It's the mouse! Look at him! The mouse? But how? You didn't think I actually killed the mouse, did you? Why would I do that? I pretended to shoot the mouse with a Shinsu cannon, but I really captured it in a Shinsu bubble. I made it as sturdy as possible, but I was afraid it might melt soon because of the acid. But thankfully you fell into my trap sooner than I expected. You son of a bitch! You were messing with me the whole time! Of course, I've always been a con artist. You called me a hypocrite, right? You were right. But I'm not a hypocrite because I pretend to be nice. I just really want to tear down this world that Zahar has created. I wasn't helping the weak. I wanted to encourage those who dislike Zahar to draw their swords and fight him. I've never taken pity on people who are weak or who have no will to fight like you said. Nor have I ever helped anyone unconditionally. I help those who may be useful to me. Wait, the mouse is so small? For some reason I thought like the mouse was like human size. But apparently like it's big enough to fit in a hand. Like it's still big for a mouse, but I thought like it was as big as Hansung's torso or something. I help those who may be useful to me. I'm more than willing to abandon and turn my back on those who are of no use to me. You know nothing about me, about who I am, why I want to defeat Zahar, or even where it all began. You bastard, who are you? I guess you could say I'm the only person who wants to destroy the leader of the 10 great families for turning his back on morality and choosing lawlessness. What are you talking about? Well, so long, Gay Bowser. Hey, wait! Ah! Little jerk. Damn it, you really got me good. Give it to me. We want your body. We don't have a body. Give it to us. Your body. Your arms. You guys again? Your legs. Aren't you tired of this? We want it. How much more do you want from me until you'll be satisfied? Damn it. Give it to us. Give it to us. Give it to us. So sick of you people. You really want everything I have? Why did you take this disgusting tattoo first? No, we already have one of those. End of round. Participant Bum won the battle within a time limit. So all those guys are dead. Because Bum has to have killed them. If he didn't kill them, he wouldn't have won. I didn't think he'd be able to beat their leader in 10 minutes. Maybe I underestimated him. He's definitely stronger than a ranker. So long, Game Master. Participant Bum may now continue moving on to the next turn. I won, but I don't feel good about it. They were just fighting for their own freedom. Why would Yasracha make us fight like this? You may now leave the battlefield. Okay. Don't show any weakness. My master is waiting. I've come this far. No matter what sacrifice I have to make, I won't give up till the very end. I'm surprised the regular managed to clear all the monsters in one turn. But there are still many monsters and obstacles ahead. I wonder how long the regular will last. If he chooses the jumping route to end the game sooner, he might be shooting himself in the foot. Because if he goes that route, he'll have to face a monster that even Lord Yashrasha gave up trying to control. So I feel like Bum is going to take the jump road and for some reason not really I mean, he has to kill that creature, but it would fit more into the character thing if Bum either absorbs the power of the creature or if it somehow becomes Bum's follower. Better translation of Hansung's words. I'm just one of the fragments who want to destroy the heart in the 10 family heads, who turned their backs on humanity and chose infinity. Fragments who want to destroy the heart in the 10 heads, turned their backs on humanity and chose infinity. I mean, I think I understand the meaning of that sentence. If you had like an immortal leader would one day lose connection to the world. Because if they're immortal, they don't understand the struggles of mortals. So that's just bound to bring up problems. But Haracha, why don't you just stop now? We're worried you might hurt yourself. You're always fighting battles for our sake. Yeah, we have plenty now. We don't want to see you wear yourself out working for the felines anymore. What do you mean? There are a lot of races in the tower much stronger and wealthier than us, not just the felines. You Rashanks need way more money and power if we're going to be independent. I'm going to keep doing whatever I can to make the Rashanks stronger. You should want more for yourself. Let me know if there's anything you need. If you want money or food or anything at all, I'll fight to get it for you. I'm going to make our race so wealthy and powerful that no one will ever look down on us again. Even if it takes centuries or millennia, I'll give everything I have to the Rashanks. You can have it all. Everything. Why did I help such weak and unambitious people? Because I loved them so much. Because I loved my people. I mean, why is it bad to be unambitious? Not everybody has to strive to become like the richest group or the richest race in the universe. Just live your life, man. Just enjoy life. Why do you need to be the richest and most powerful? Evangel's Field. There are a lot of races in the tower. I mean, that's also true, Ren. But I said races. Like the plural of race. Yeah, they are not only immortal, but also most powerful and smart, almost like gods. Yeah, the the people from the people from the 10 great families and also the hearts, they just cannot relate to what the ordinary people are going through. So I feel like they are powerful leaders, but they won't be good leaders because they don't know what the people go through. They don't understand what the civilians of the tower actually live. Like they are way too different to actually work together with them. The problem is, even if Bum one day takes care of all of them, it would just be a repeat of the same thing. Because Bum would be the exact same picture. Would he be immortal? I don't know. But Bum for sure would not understand the struggles that all of these people are going through because he's that strong. He might try to like empathize with those guys because he wants to be a good person, but I'm not sure if Bum could do that. And looking at all the other people, like Kun couldn't care less about all of these civilians. Like Bum and his people, even FUG. If FUG managed to kill the heart, what then? Like if FUG manages to get rid of all of the things that are related to the heart, what comes next? Like FUG wouldn't be good leaders. The same problem that the civilians had with the heart, they would also have with FUG. It all comes down to they need a democracy. Now the biggest thing is actually they just need something like that. Because every floor is as big as a world. Every floor just needs to live for themselves. Yo, I was born on floor 1. Okay, I'm just going to live my entire life on floor 1. There's no reason to go on floor 2 if floor 1 is as big as a world. Like the most family heads are indifferent to other bugs. Kun 81 is the best example of don't care. Kun 81 is the best example of don't care unless she's pretty. Donivankel, Hansung, is already in the field. It was a lot sooner than I expected. I guess the cat tower isn't that hard to beat. Or are you off to by yourself? I was hoping to deal with this on my own. I'll go with you. Really? Thanks. It would be a waste of time to stop now, so let's just keep going and we'll meet up somewhere later. I see you there. Sure, let's do that. Lord Yasasha, someone on the enemy team just managed to escape successfully for the first time. Is that right? Yes, Hansung Yu killed Division Commander Hadacha and was summoned to Ivanko's field. It seems to me like you aren't all that concerned over Ivanko's field, Army Corps Commander. Yet I suspect she may very well be the most dangerous enemy. May I ask why that is, sir? Well, I know basically where she's trying to get to. If I'm right, the problem she's trying to solve is beyond what she or I can handle anyway, and even if she manages to solve it by some miracle, it doesn't really have anything to do with me with what I'm after. That's why this Gaksha Dozeng, they're all in it for their own. My only goal in this battle is to teach that one arrogant bastard a lesson. Our superiors have already decided how the rest of the game will play out. Inside the cat tower, a hall with many pillars. Kun, I can't reach anyone but you. Tracking isn't working either, so I don't know where everyone is. Look on the bright side. At least the light bearers can talk to each other. Yo, is Kaiser finally going to do something? Please. Please do something for once. Like, this group of 3 characters is like the fake relevant characters. Like they're here. They're here compared to some other characters who are not even there. But are they doing anything? Not really. They're just kind of there. Everything okay on your end so far? I've just been hiding so far. I think the control room's location is automatically sent to the lighthouse. So you guys head over to the control room for now. I use my lighthouse to gather as much information on the area as possible and try to find a mouse. Wouldn't be of any use in a fight with someone like a division commander anyway. The best way for us to help is from the control room. Okay. Hey, Kun, why are you hiding in there and making us do all the work? Because I'm the brain of this team. What? The brain has to stay alive till the very end. Ruck, you're more like a toe, so keep on running. What the hell is this slimy little Kun guy talking about, saying about me? Yeah, hey, what? Keep Ruck under control, Cockney. He needs constant supervision to make sure that he doesn't do anything stupid. Got it? Stop making me sound like an idiot. You are an idiot. Stop your whining for now and let's head over to control room, Ruck. You want to fight, don't you? Fine. What does he mean by a brain? Is it something you can eat? Why is he so unlikable? He's not funny. Chapter 75 good for a short stream. You mean read 75 as well? Or stop after reading 74? It's a frustrating situation, but I'm glad I can reach Hockney at least. I'll need to catch a mouse if I'm going to get out onto the field at the right moment. I don't know what the situation is like on the field, but I hope that Yama or Bum aren't already up against some hardcore enemies. We have to get to the control room before then and try to communicate with the field, but I'll let Hockney and his team deal with that. For now, I need to find a mouse, and send someone who might be able to help Bum out on the field. Stop right there! Stop! Don't yell so loud, the enemy might hear us. But we've just found a mouse. I have to shout so I can go faster. To be fair, you could eat a brain. To be fair, yes, you can eat a brain. The problem with Ruck is that he doesn't know what a brain is. Can't let this chance slip between my fingers. Read 75 and stop. Okay, we can go for that. Hey Namo, wouldn't it be better if you just let go of my hand and ran on ahead without me? What? I may be stronger, but you're way faster than me. But I've never once let go of your hand since the battle that day. Ever since that day when we found out that we have a special bond that allows us to use more Shinsu when we hold hands, we've always held hands in times of trouble. We can't let go of each other at a time like this, it's too dangerous. Then stop complaining and run. Oh! Did you see that? There are two mice. Oh no, they're going in opposite directions. Which way should we go? Let's split up and go after them. What? It's not a battle anyway, we're just hunting for mice. We should be fine by ourselves. Wouldn't it be even better if we could both go out onto the field? I'll see you in a bit. I'll be in the Slayer candidate's field. Hey, what if we run into an enemy? It's okay, I can catch the mouse in no time. It's okay, I can catch that mouse in no time. Give me a second. Start here. Go here. Post it in the chat with Rin so I can later turn it into an emote maybe. When I finally make my Discord server public or something, there will be so many Tower of God emotes on that server. Just because the one thing I have from now on just found on Tower of God is just emotes. Emotes and stickers. Sola, see you in the field. Hey! Damn it. Stop, stop, stop! I'll trap it in Shinsu. A lighthouse? Who's there? Hey, it's you. Where's the one you're always holding hands with? You didn't split up, did you? Oh no, a feline! A feline? Where the frick are his cat ears? Sure is fast. I hope Sola is okay. She should be fine, right? If we could just catch these mice and get out of here like Sola said, it would be great. But now that I don't have her hand in mine, something just doesn't feel right. Still, this is no time to show weakness. I block its path with Shinsu. There! No! start here. Alright, now if I can just catch it. What the? Who did that? I was wondering where that mouse went. Here it is. Huh? White! I saw this mouse first. Let me have it. I need it too. I promised to get out onto the field. I have something I need to do. Mice are the real victim, yeah. Look at him! Like, look at him! Like, that is not a mouse! That is not a mouse! Look at that thing! It's like... He's just standing there like... It's like Mr. Mime almost, man. It's almost like Mr. Mime's like, oh no! Help me! I'm Mickey Mouse! I'm stuck here in Tower of God! No! The poor mouse. There's a soul from outside the tower here. The most valuable type of soul in the whole tower. You don't mean... No, Slayer. We're in the same team. It's you. Did White just kill her? We're just having fun with the mouse. It's Sola and... I'm not sure. I miss your hands. White was never on their team. Well, technically, they're all part of FUG. The problem is, okay, we are now made to think that this woman has died. I need to see a bit more to confirm if she is actually dead. I keep telling everyone I never take sides. What do you all expect from me? So with this mouse I can go out onto the field, huh? I'm getting excited. Squeak! Squeak! Been a little bit too much off the top. Yeah, for sure. White wouldn't be a good hairstylist, man. He would not be a good hairstylist. No, it's just you, Rin. It's just you, Rin. I hope no one else has already devoured him. Do of your grace. Yo, it's Groot! Just keeps jumping around everywhere. Is it trying to make me waste my turn? Then I'll try using a bow. I'm not sure if it's because I've made this shape before, but it doesn't seem that hard to make stuff with Shinsu. With this, I can hit it. Great, it worked! The powers within me have definitely been changing ever since my battle with Calvin. It's only been a short while since then, but it already feels like I can control a surprising amount of Shinsu. I heard from Hwaryun, you pushed yourself too hard during training, huh? He says you've been so fixated on training that you haven't eaten or rested properly. I know you want to get stronger. If you keep this up, your body won't last long. It seems kind of funny that to hear you say that when... It seems kind of funny to hear you say that when you're the one holding my friends hostage and making me get stronger. I want to get stronger no matter what so that I can get out of here as soon as possible. Well, if you say so. What do you think it means to get stronger? Being powerful enough to keep your friends out of danger? Some people have this wrong idea that if they just get strong enough, everything will be different. But when they reflect on themselves after getting stronger, they realize they've become far more twisted than they ever wanted. A monster obsessed only with turning their whole body into a weapon, and focusing all their energy on defeating someone. People like that may be able to save others, but they can't save themselves. In the end, they destroy themselves and those around them. I know that better than anyone, because that's what I did. You have an incredible talent. You'll grow much more quickly than you think, even without pushing yourself too hard. But even if you want to get stronger for someone else's sake, just don't let that power control you. Always be aware and keep a close eye on your own power. You can't save yourself, can't save anyone. Don't let it control you. Field. What a relief. It looks like no one beat me to him. Participant Bum has won the battle. He will now be taken off the battlefield. Hey player candidate, nice to meet you on the field. What? Has he already gotten out of the cat tower? What's wrong? I'm here making a fool of myself playing this silly game for you. Yet you don't look happy to see me at all. For your information, you can see how coloring on some panels looks different because most assistants left CU and CU was training the new ones. Yeah, I think I noticed it on some panels. In like one of the few panels of this chapter, I was like, this kind of looks different. But I'm like, it was like more whatever. Because the art style of Tower of God is ever changing. Because I doubt you're here to help me. Oh, shit hurts. I'm the one who saved you from Caliban at the defensive wall before, remember? Isn't it because you want something from me? Yeah, you're right. You know me all too well. Why did you come to my part of the map? I told you before, I want you to teach you how to ignite the power within you. Let's continue the fight we started on the Hell Train. I want to bring out your power and devour your soul at its tastiest. I knew it. That's why he came onto my field. I'm curious. I wonder what an irregular soul tastes like. I wonder if you're yummy. Which chapter is Tower of God at the moment? 574. So after 492 divided by 574. Let's go, White, eat him! Tower of God needs a new protagonist, man. I wish we focused more on Wang Nan's side, to be honest. I really could not care less for Bum for some reason. Like in let's talk about other webtoons that I am reading. Lookism. I care for Daniel. I want to see where Daniel goes. I want to see how his story develops. I want to see what he's achieving. God of High School, when it was still going on. Morijin. I was interested to seeing how it goes. For the most part, I was also really interested in seeing how he develops. Then stuff happened in the later parts that confused me, and I didn't like all that much. But at least until like the halfway point, or a bit over the halfway point, I kind of enjoyed Morijin as a main character. Then I think just these two are already enough, because other webtoons that I'm reading might not be as well known. But Bum is not a good main character. Bum really is not a good main character. Gakja Dozak 5. I should have known he was after me. What should I do? At this rate, he'll catch up to me in no time. I don't stand a chance against White right now. Even if I somehow manage to get away, I won't reach my master by the end of this turn. It only leaves me with one option. But there's a map boss on that route. Welcome, newcomer, to the map. Can I tell you about this map? Sure. This map is divided into two main routes. There's a longer route where you can face relatively weaker monsters, and a jumping route that's faster, but you have to face powerful monsters. The details about each route have been sent to your pocket, so you can check that if you like. The story of Sahar and 10 Family Set are the most interesting part to me, and I love Sahar, Edan, Gusting, and other family head characters. I have not spent enough time with any of the family heads to think about that they're all interesting, but like their story part is kind of connected to the Wangnan part that I'm interested in, I think. Wangnan's story is like mainly connected to the heart, but I guess that also connects him somehow to the other 10 family heads. But to be honest, I really think Wangnan would be a way better protagonist. But the problem is, Wangnan... Wait, shouldn't Wangnan also have the same... it should have the same potential as Bam, but Wangnan's potential should be pretty high, right? If he really is like the son of the heart, wouldn't that mean that he has like... is like similar to the 10 Great Family people, that he has blood of the heart in them? And because when people get the blood of the heart and become princesses, they are incredibly powerful instantly. So if Wangnan has the blood of the heart, he should be way more strong than he is, which kind of is confusing. Which makes me beg the question, what if Karaka and Wangnan are the children of the heart, but the king that we are seeing is not the heart, but something completely else? And those two rings are meant to free the real Zahard from his prison or something. So we've got a forked road, huh? Now that I'm here, it looks like there's a third new variable for you to consider. What an interesting situation. What are you going to do now? In 10 minutes, which way do you want to go on your next turn? I'm so screwed. It didn't even occur to me that I might run into an enemy while chasing the mouse. And Namo's not here. I just have to do something about this lighthouse, then I could catch that mouse and get out of here right away. But I doubt I could get that lucky against the high ranker. Why are you so nervous? Why do you think? Don't worry, I don't intend to fight you. What? Are you saying you're just going to ignore me and catch the mouse so you can go to the field? I'm a ranker too, you know? I'll fight you to get that mouse, if I have to. That's not what I meant. To be honest, I don't particularly want to get involved in this game. I only came along because I'm in Zahar's army and I didn't have a choice. I don't see why I should put my life on the line for this fight. Some of the people on the field are even stronger than me, so I don't really want to go out onto the field, and I'd rather not hurt you. You mean it? Of course. Would you like the mouse? What? Really? In exchange, I'd like you to do me a favor. A favor? I knew something was suspicious. I'm not doing you any favors. It's just, not only canines, but all of the other species and animals that Lord Yaslasha has captured are trapped in his cat tower. He enjoys collecting them and ruling over them. I want to set them free. Funny how her name is Sola means swan after her twin died. Sola means swan? Is it like a female version of like Solo? Sola meaning alone by oneself, referring to a woman that's by herself. What was the name of her sister? I forgot the name of her sister already. Before joining Zahar's army, I was a rank who studied and protected countless animal species in the tower. I didn't like how people dominated animals. Is it Namo? Namo, literally meaning to bow or bow to. This is used as a salutation or greeting to reverence or whatever or whoever comes next. Namo in Sanskrit. A bow, obedience. My life's goal was to respect them as they are, and to try to help them survive on their own. Then one day I heard that someone named Yasrasha was going around hunting different species. Well, she did bow her head. No! No! decided to try to stop his massacre, but I was no match for him. Lord Yasracha was impressed by my way with animals and asked me to come work for him. And so I ended up joining Lord Yasracha's army corps to save my own life. But ever since I became his subordinate, I haven't been able to sleep because I feel so bad for all the animals he's trapped here. There's a massive prison in the cat tower where these other species are kept. Lord Yasracha would kill me if I set them free myself. So would you mind opening the prison and setting them free for me while I distract the guards? If you help me help them escape, I'll let you have the mouse. Plus, that's where they are keeping the canine hostages you're looking for, so will probably help your team a lot too. Really? The canines are here too? That's all you want me to do? You're not lying, are you? Why would I lie at a time like this? If I want to kill you, I could do it right now. Besides, I already have the mouse. There's no reason to trick you. If you just open the door to the prison, all of those other species will pour out, and the guards won't be able to contain them. No, look at that mouse! The mouse is suffering. No! Squeak! It's not very dangerous for you, and you could rescue the canine hostages and get the mouse at the same time. It's 3 birds with 1 stone. I'll do it! Really? Yeah, like you said, you could kill me anytime if you wanted. I don't trust you now, I don't have a future. If I don't trust you now, I don't have a future anyway. Thank you. Thanks to you, countless creatures will escape from Lord Yasracha's tyranny. I'm so happy to have met such a good person here. Well, shall we go? Sure. Is this the face of somebody who is not lying to you? Like, this is the most trustworthy face I have seen in Tower of God, right? Like, this smile is the smile of somebody who really cares about other people, right? Let's go. Yeah, this is just the most genuine smile ever, right? The most innocent smile. Trust him 100%, right, Violet? He's very trustworthy. Isu and Hatsu sighed. Eh, where did all this water come from? Isu! Man, I thought it was a gunner. Where are we? Looks like we're inside the cat tower. This isn't the kind of place you want to be for very long. But it looks like the swimming lessons in the Summer of Wend of Tower... But it looks like the swimming lessons in the Tower of God New World Gacha event Summer Guy, that really worked off. Now I can better swim. Who the fuck are you? Lilia? Please, they sure don't give you any time to get your bearings. Are you those little wreckers? Oh no, that's the one woman that was on the army corps. There was that one woman who was in the army corps and was like, oh yeah, a woman. Like everybody in the army corps had like so specific designs. Even that one man looked like very specific with scars and all of these cool designs. And then there was like a woman. New division commander of the new 4th Army Corps, Arya. Is she an enemy? You're an enemy, aren't you? Of course, did you think I'm an ally? I just thought as a girl as pretty as you might be an ally. It's kind of sweet, but also cringy. I was worried I might have to face a Slayer first. I'm really glad I ran into you two though. This buys me a bit more alone time. She's so fast. What's this? Is this sword for decoration? This one looks way better than the one you're holding. Maybe it's too strong for a regular 2 wheels. That's bad. She's too fast to keep up with. Don't stand a chance against her. Leave them alone. Yeah, once again, why the fuck are Kun and Huts even here? You're the Slayer candidate's friends. Who the hell are you? Well, I've got pretty strong legs. But yours are incredible. Your legs are so strong. I'll go for your head next time. Wait, time out. Let's just stop here. There's no point fighting like this when there isn't even a mouse around. Besides, it would be worse for you if I attacked the regulars. Honestly, I didn't think someone as strong as you would come to help them. It seems a bit soon to become one with other people after being hidden away for so long. It seems a bit soon to become one with other people? Like White is becoming one with other people? I just want to be myself for a bit longer. Look at her doing acrobatic bullshit. See you again later if you're still alive. Although I'm not sure if I'll still look like this then. And by the way, I wouldn't mess with that guy who has white hair and a dark skin if I were you. The heck is she talking about? What a weirdo. Ja, my brother! Brother? You barely know him. Thank you for helping us. Companions of the Slayer candidate. I will accompany you now. Okay. We'll help you look for a mouse too. No different from the battle at the wall. Now let's go find the mouse. Alright. Yeah, Huts. The leader of this group should really think of something like, hey, what if... and we just climb the tower normally? The whole bump thing is going on, but what did, like I feel like they're putting themselves in way too much danger. Like, would Bum really want them to put themselves in that much danger? Like, yes, they are friends with each other, but there's, like, Bum wants to make sure that his friends are safe, right? So it doesn't make any sense that he would allow his friends to help him on, like, FUG missions. Well, let's go find a mouse. Alright. There was an enemy in front of us, and we were helpless. Well, they're stitching that guy together. Being absorbed by that guy. So that guy basically might be able to absorb all of the other people who are like 4th Army Corps commanders. Those arms are so freaking weird. My goal is Jewel of Your Grace. Prison door is opening. May now begin the battle. Okay. He looks bored. Let's go give him a little present. There is a prison on your route. You like to open? Just hurry up and open the goddamn door. Kind of scary, man. Prison is now opening. May now begin the battle. I told you when you started, remember? I prepared a little present for you along the way. Go ahead and open it. That voice. It's Lasha? This is my gift to you, Yama. Yes, Lasha, how the hell? I was locked in the prison this whole time, so I could be summoned onto the field too. I didn't want to just sit around waiting for you. Well, do you like your present? You finally have the chance to kill your race's arch enemy. But only until the time runs out. If you run out of time, you won't get a second chance. Are you scared? Damn it. So excited to tear you to pieces. My heart feels like it's going to explode, kitty. Such a simple mutt. So, I need a quick check. Can you guys hear me, or is my stream completely dead? In the ending section of this chapter, I had like multiple moments where my stream basically said, OBS disconnected, trying to reconnect, dropping frames, 80% of my frames are being dropped. And dude, stream is suffering today. So, like, am I here for you guys, or is everything okay? Because depending on the answer, I'm wondering if I should read chapter 75. Because it's like, if my stream is just unbearable to watch, it must make sense to read another chapter, right? I could go for the next chapter in the hopes that my internet just fixes itself. Last chapter of the day, 75, I guess? Pauses and then starts again. It's just sucky. I guess, okay, we're going to read chapter 75, but that will be for sure the stopping point of today. Let's just hope that my internet is going to fix itself. Battle Royale 1. You think you can beat me with your little time limit trick? I'm going to make you regret coming here at me first. Fine, let's see what you... Yama, if you have a time limit, how about going all out? Go into your Super Saiyan form, man. Just go into your Super Saiyan form and go all out instantly. Lethal move. Atomic Strike. A lot of enemies before. I've never wanted to kill someone as badly as I want to kill you. Even the sight of you makes my blood boil. Is that what you canines call transformation? I bet you'd never guess in a million years. Gave you that right. The canines aren't the only ones with that power you call transformation. See? I can do it too. You're saying we should just stop with 74 then? Because 75 is like the start of battle between Yama and Yasnacha. This is so awkward. This is such an awkward moment for me in the direction. Because I'm like, honestly, I could read it. I think we might need to stop that then. I don't know. We might need to stop that. Yeah, we're probably going to do that. I'm dropping way too many frames for anything to really work out here. Quite sad. I would have loved to get, just read a bit more. I mean, my first plan was literally to go to chapter 81 today. 81, yeah. My plan was to go to chapter 81. It would have been a lot. It would have been a lot. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the screen. But that's all from me for today. All that's left to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro out. Bye. See you in the next stream.